Hi everyone, welcome back to I Don't Even Know podcast. I'm Em. I hope you are doing well. Today, I'm going to be talking about my opinions on the Good Trouble series finale. It's going to be a little different than my normal episodes about shows because I'm not going to go into depth about everything. I'm just going to be saying my opinions, and it's probably going to be on the shorter side for an episode, I think. Just because I'm going to go into it, just not like crazy, because I'm just talking about like how I felt. But yeah, I'm just gonna jump right in. And with Good Trouble ending, it's not just Good Trouble. It's the Foster's franchise ending. Like 10 seasons, 11 years, like almost 200 episodes. Like that's such a big thing. And I have so many issues with the finale, even though overall it was good. I did enjoy it. I bawled my eyes out, as I do. I cried really fucking hard. I can't lie. I really did, especially during the flashbacks. And I only really cried over Mariana and Callie because those are my baby girls and I adore them, and I can't believe I'm losing them for good because I really don't see them doing another spinoff. Or if they do, it's probably not going to be involving them. And saying goodbye to those characters that I've watched 10 seasons of. We watched them grow up, even though I started the show in 2020, so 3.5 years ago. Almost 4 actually. It's gonna be 4 years ago soon. I started watching the show, so I'm not an OG, obviously, but I watched 3 seasons of Good Trouble live. And I've grown to love these characters so much, and The Fosters is one of my favorite shows. It's in my top 10 for sure, maybe even top 5 favorite shows of all time. I adore it. And because I love The Fosters so much, this ending pissed me off because I was hoping we were gonna get an ending to the Fosters franchise. Yeah, obviously The Fosters ended a while ago, but or not even, was it a while ago? 5 years ago? Yeah, I think 5 years ago it ended. But still, I kind of was expecting it not to just kind of be a goodbye for the Good Trouble cast. Yeah, I expected to be for those characters as well, but I thought mainly we were going to get all the other, Foster's people were going to come back. Yes, the episode before, we got the moms, which I missed dearly. We got Jude, we got Brandon, we got Kelly's sister, I've forgotten her name, Bailey, whoever Bailey plays. Got that. We got, of course, Jamie. But because we got all of that, I was expecting everyone to return for the finale, and us forgetting, we're gonna get a goodbye to everyone. And I think because of how much I love Fosters, the fact that we didn't get that really pissed me off. And it's I love the Good Trouble characters, I do, but I connected more with all the characters from the Fosters, and some of the Good Trouble characters I care about, but I would have rather seen people from the Fosters coming in and saying goodbye, because it's the end. We're not gonna see the Adam Fosters again, or at least for a very, very long time. And so that whole thing pissed me off, especially because when we found out it got canceled, first of all, I cried like a baby. I was so devastated. Because, to be honest, I kind of saw it coming, but I was hoping we were going to get one more season and they were going to know when they did it, and it wasn't going to be like the Fosters. Because even though I didn't watch it then, I did hear that they got canceled, and then they were able to film the last few episodes to or they added a few episodes to end it and then get started on Good Trouble. So of course I knew that, but because when the Fosters ended, we knew we were getting Good Trouble, or at least I think people did, or some people did, I don't know. But because of that, the ending was a bit different. Or am I making any sense? No. But for this time, it's different. It's everything's ending. With Fosters, we knew we were getting Good Trouble, so it was not the end. We knew we were gonna get more. For this, we knew it was the end. And so when it got canceled, I was expecting Callie and Jamie's wedding in the final episode. I just thought that was the perfect way to end it, because we started the show, or like this whole journey, with Callie, and like the big thing around the show is her evolution and her growth, which I'm so proud of her for that. Like, her growth is incredible and needs to be talked about so much more. It's like one of the best growth I've seen in a character, or one of the best. It was incredible, like seeing her grow over like the past 10 seasons. So incredible. And I enjoyed seeing it so much, and because of that, I thought that's how we were gonna end it. You know, like I really thought we were gonna get that. I thought, or like at least when I found out they were like refilming the finale or adding stuff, I was like, okay, we're gonna get Callie's wedding, because in my head, like if we got a season 6, like I was saying, and that's how I wanted to happen, get renewed, they were gonna know it's the final season, so they can have a big final season, like know the whole time and like know how to end the story. Like before we found out, like I said, that's what I thought was gonna happen. And then at the very end, we were gonna get Callie's wedding. And the fact that we didn't get to see Callie's wedding is so upsetting to me. Not just because of her growth, it's just, I thought we were gonna see everyone. I thought we were gonna see, like, obviously we saw them in the finale, in like the second to last episode, but I really thought we were gonna see Steph, Lena, Jude, sorry, I forgot his name for a second, Jude, Brandon. I thought we were gonna see them in the finale. I also was kind of hoping we were gonna see Jesus, because we haven't in a while, and maybe Emma. I wanted to see Emma, even though I did not think we were going to get either of them. I was hoping they would come back, because it's such an important show, and the show changed so many lives, and it's ending. It's the end. Like, we needed to see all of them and see how far they've gone, and so we could like get an official goodbye from everyone. And like, yeah, obviously we got that with the Fosters, but it was different because all of them came back in the show for Good Trouble. They all came back. They all showed up. And it was different. You know, this time we're done. Like, I'm pretty sure they said there's no plans for a spinoff coming anytime soon, which I honestly think that's probably for the best. I don't want them messing it up, because like Good Trouble is one of the best spinoffs I've seen for a show. Usually spinoffs don't really work out. I mean, the originals for Vampire Diaries, incredible. Legacies, as much as I loved it, it was not as good as Vampire Diaries or the originals, obviously. But other than like originals, Good Trouble is one of the best franchises, or like spinoffs, and like that's like one of the shows, like, or worlds I've seen, or franchises I've seen, that doesn't have a bad season, or at least I believe it. And when you go on for that long, there's gonna be a bad season. For me, I don't think Fosters or Good Trouble had a bad season. Like, yeah, there were ones I disliked, or not disliked, but like liked less than others. But overall, incredible. Like, yeah, do I think Fosters was better than Good Trouble? 100%. But Good Trouble is still incredible. And I did grow to love all the characters on there, and I think that's what made it so special. And like, all the people in the coterie were like a family to me, and they were like I mean, if that makes any sense, because of how into it I get, they were my family, and I absolutely adored them. And that's why what am I gonna say? I'm blanking out, I'm sorry, I'm tired. It's like, because they were my family, I liked seeing them and like hearing them say goodbye, but I needed the Fosters too. Like, I needed all of them together, and for them to all talk and reminisce about everything. And then the end, and we would see flashbacks of all the Fosters, not just Mariana and Callie. I obviously get that, because Good Trouble was about them, and it was their story. And like, of course, I'm grateful that we got flashbacks, and like, we got a good ending for them, or a decent ending for them, because those are my 2 favorite characters on the show. But it's just like, because it's like the Fosters. It pisses me off that we didn't get to see all of them. Like I said before, I really believe that if we got Callie's wedding in the final episode, it would have been the perfect ending, because it's her story. I mean, technically it's not her story, but she is like the main character. Like I said, it started off with her getting out of jail, or juvie, like moving in with them and being like kind of a dick, and I mean just like literally being a bitch, like that's how she started, and then ending up like this, like doing all these incredible things, having a future, like she has a future, she has a job, she's engaged, about to get married, obviously because she's engaged, but you know, we had all that and we're not even gonna see it. The fact that we saw Brandon's wedding in the finale at the Fosters and we're not even seeing Callie's, like that's bullshit, actual bullshit. Because like, I don't like Brandon. That might just be me. I have my issues with him. Not really sure why I hate that man so much. I mean, actually, he just pissed me off a ton. And he's probably my least favorite out of the Fosters, or like the family. Not my least favorite character, but you know, least favorite Foster. And the fact that we got to see his wedding when, like, I get it, he's the oldest, and I get why they did that. But like, the fact that we saw that, but we didn't get to see Jamie and Callie's wedding. And of course, like I said, Callie was like the big part of the show. Like it started with her, should have ended with her. But also we saw Jamie and Callie's relationship evolve. We saw the beginning of their the beginning when I don't know if that's when they first met, but at the wedding when they kind of like started, and then when they got together, like really serious, broke up, back together, engaged, all this stuff. We got to see we didn't get to see them get back together, but you know what I mean. Seeing their relationship like begin, and then seeing them get engaged. Because of that, I think we deserved that ending. We deserved Callie's wedding. We should have seen that. And I'm still hoping, and I don't think this is gonna happen, but I'm still hoping they do like a Good Trouble Fosters final, like big, like maybe a special episode or a special movie of Callie's wedding. Like I don't think it's gonna happen because yeah, they're moving on, they're doing new things. Like obviously Callie left the show, or like became a reoccurring character, or at least Maya did, and like I'm happy for her. I'm happy she's thriving. Did it break my heart? Yes. And so like I get they're ready to move on, even though like of course I feel like they might come back for something like that if somebody wants them to, because like of how much they've talked about how the characters mean to them and how much the show changed their life and how much the show means to them. I do think if they asked them to come back for that, they would, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. I just don't, and like I get it, but like I need to see her get married. That was the perfect ending. Like seeing her get married, seeing everyone, like oh my gosh, like we could have had one last like mom hug or mom sandwich, I think that's what they call it. We could have had that, a family hug. We could have seen all of them together. Also, because I want to know if Jesus and Emma are married, because I was obsessed with them. I really did love them. I wanted to see that. I feel like if they knew ahead of time that they were getting canceled, or like if they got one more season and knew, I think they might have done that. I think they would have like maybe planned it out a bit better and like tried to get everyone back if they knew sooner. Because when they found out, it was like a few weeks before season 5 returned, and they already finished filming, I'm pretty sure. So they had to like refilm the finale and then call it good. Like they didn't have time, I don't think, to do all these crazy things. And so I feel like if we knew, we could have gotten it. That's why I wish it was canceled sooner. I mean, not sooner, but they found out about it sooner. So also why I wish there was more season. Like, I do think 5 seasons of Good Trouble was enough. Like I do think that was a good amount. I do think 10 seasons of The Fosters was a good amount. I think that was perfect to have the same amount of seasons for both. Especially when I thought Good Trouble was getting canceled after the 4th season. Not because it was bad. Just because, I don't know why, I just saw it getting canceled. And when it got renewed for season 5, I was like, okay, I think we're going to get a season 6 because, or kind of. A part of me did, part of me didn't. I thought we were going to get a season 6 so they would know it's final and so they could end it all. But I also kind of saw it coming for some reason. I don't know. It's just everything's getting canceled right now. And so I kind of just assume the worst for shows that I care about, which is not great. But like part of me wasn't surprised. But like we deserved another season. We deserve a special. We just, as you can tell, I'm just pissed off we didn't get to see Callie's wedding and didn't get a goodbye from all of them. Like, yes, the Callie and Mariana, like, ending, gorgeous, loved it. I'm gonna miss them, like, so hard. Like, I literally cried myself to sleep that night. I was heartbroken. I cannot believe they're not coming back to me. Like, there are so many shows that, like, when they end, it takes me a while to, like, comprehend that, like, okay, I'm never seeing them again. And this is one is probably hitting me the most because, 5 seasons, like, I've gone, like, 4 years, but, like, not even, but yeah, 4 years, obviously, but 10 seasons seeing them. 10 seasons, especially Mariana, because Callie kind of, like, obviously left last season, and she, like, it's still, like, when she came, like, this is for sure goodbye, like, for good, but it hits harder for Mariana because we also watched her grow up and mature and do all these things and succeed and see her, like, the woman she became, and the fact that we're never seeing her again is insane to me. And it's gonna take me probably, like, a year to actually, like, figure out, like, oh my gosh. Because there are some shows that I have not come to the conclusion that we're, like, never seeing them again. Like, there are a couple that I still have not, like, come to terms with that they've ended. You're not seeing them again. And I think this one's gonna take me, like, a year. Because, it took a while in between seasons. Like, a couple months. Even, I think one of them might have been almost a year. So, like, I've gone, like, a long time without them, and they come back, and I'm like, okay, we're back into it. But, like, now, they're not, and I don't know what to do with myself. Like, when it ended, I remember sitting in my room, being like, oh my gosh, like, what am I gonna do? Like, I already want to rewatch The Fosters, and, I mean, I've talked about this, I think, at one point, maybe I haven't, but one thing about me is I don't rewatch shows that mentally destroy me because of how into it I get. I can't. I have been recently. For some reason, I have started rewatching some stuff, but some I haven't, and I really want to, but I just don't think I'm mentally stable enough for it. And The Fosters is one of the shows I don't think I'm able to do because I don't think I'm mentally stable enough. But with Good Trouble ending, or, like, with it already ended, like, because it already ended, I'm so tempted, and because, like, the show I'm rewatching and the show I'm, like, watching currently, like, new show I'm watching currently, they're both on Hulu, and every time I go on Hulu, The Fosters is up at the like, top of the screen being like, oh my gosh, you should watch The Fosters. I'm like, bitch, don't fucking tempt me. I am so close to, like, rewatching it, like, honestly, so I need to get through the show I'm watching right now. I feel like after I rewatch the show I'm rewatching, I'm gonna rewatch it. Even though, like, I don't do that. And that shows how much I, like, love the show, and I'm gonna miss it because I don't rewatch it. And then after I rewatch The Fosters, I'm probably gonna rewatch Good Trouble. Because I miss everyone. Even though, like, yeah, I connected more with the characters from The Fosters, and I like the characters more from The Fosters, I still loved the characters. A good chunk of them. Maybe not all of them, but a good chunk of them. Like, Davia and Dennis, oh my gosh, I'm gonna miss them so much. Like, it's not even funny. I am obsessed with them. Their relationship is so fucking cute. I'm mad we didn't get a proposal. I'm happy that they're still together. I kind of was worried about them for a sec. I kind of thought maybe they're gonna break up. I'm happy with their ending. It was a good ending. I'm proud of Davia. Adore them. I'm happy they're thriving. Who else? Those are the ones that I love the most. Like, Dennis, Davia, Callie, Mariana, top my list for Trouble cast or characters. The rest of them, I'm fine with, but I just don't love as much. And I was fine with their ending, I think, for the most part. It's just I didn't care as much as for their ending as I did for, like, these four. And also I didn't care because I was pissed off that we didn't get a Foster's ending, Like, yes, I know, like I said before, I know we did, technically, but I wanted to see them one last time because they started it all. I need to see the Addams Foster's family one more time, to just see them. They started the whole thing. Like, I wanted to say goodbye to the moms. Like, yeah, I know we got them in the second to last episode, but that's not good enough because I adore those two. Those are my parents. I miss them. That's also why I want to rewatch the show. It's just like, it just would have been 10 times better if they did it. And like, also would have been better if they just focused the last episode on like saying goodbye. Like, the ending they did, and it was thankfully it was a longer episode. I was worried we were gonna have to have 40 minutes of it, and like that was not long enough to like say goodbye to this big of a franchise. But it's like we didn't even get that much of a goodbye. We did, but there was so many things unanswered, and then we also had to deal with the farm. Isn't that what it's called? The farm? I think it's the farm. I part of me doesn't want to say it's the farm because I know there was a farm in Riverdale too, and like that's throwing me off. But I'm pretty sure the farm, and like, what's his name? I forgot his name, but who Joaquin and Mariana were trying to like deal with. That guy. That whole situation. At first I thought it was interesting. At the end I didn't. I was really upset that was such a big part of this episode. Because, like, yeah, they needed to end it. I 100% agree. But I wish they kind of ended it an episode before so we could, like, just really get a goodbye. You know, for this episode, like, there were so many things unanswered. Like, I really did not want to have to deal with, like, the farm and all that stuff. It's just, I'm happy with it. But then also, obviously, I'm pissed off. Because if The Good Trouble, like, wasn't a part of the Foster franchise and it was a completely different show, and, like, it was this, but, like, didn't have the Fosters before, it was just its own show, not a spinoff, this would have been a good ending, except for the farm situation, like, that at the beginning, it would have been a good ending. I really believe it would have. But because it's ending 5 years, they needed to, like, bring the Fosters in. They needed to have, like, just a big celebration and not having to deal with like the stuff they did at the beginning. You know? I don't know. That might just be me. I'm just really pissed off. My expectations when I found out, like, or a few days before the episode, I think I found out that like we're not going to see the wedding. And that's when my expectations kind of went like, downhill, because I found out like Steph and Lena weren't in the episode. I was like, okay, we're not saying goodbye to everyone. It was a proper goodbye for Good Trouble. It was in for Mariana and Hallie. It just wasn't for the Fosters franchise. Like, I don't give a shit that we kind of already got it with the Fosters, because it's officially the end, and we know we're not getting a spinoff, at least for a while. We deserved a better ending, okay? I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what else to say, because I'm just still so pissed off, and I think I'll get over it eventually. But it's like, I just wanted to say goodbye to everyone, you know, and like I said, see Callie's wedding. I'm pissed off we got to see Brandon's wedding and not Callie's. Like, we deserved that. Who gives a shit about Brandon? I mean, probably some people do. I personally don't. I really don't like him, and he makes me want to die every time he pops up on my screen. But it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know. You can tell, I just don't know how to feel. Like, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm pissed off. Like, I do think it was a good finale, because I did cry, but then also I feel like I would have cried no matter what they did. Because, I mean, that ending, like, with those stupid fucking flashbacks with Mariana and Callie is what got me. They were talking, and I was like, oh, and I was tearing up. And then Callie and Mariana were talking, and then all of a sudden those flashbacks started, and I was just sitting in my room being like, what the hell? Because also I didn't watch it live. I don't know why, because I watched something else before that live, and I was just lazy, and I watched it like at midnight for some reason. Not really sure why I did that, but I just remember like it was like 1 a.m. when I finished it. I remember just sitting in my room being like, what the hell? Like, bawling my eyes out. I literally stared at the ceiling for 10 minutes after the episode. Like, I couldn't comprehend, because that hit me so hard. And honestly, I feel like maybe it was good they didn't do anything else with it, like with the Fosters, because I feel like I would have been 10 times worse if they brought in Brandon, Jude, Jesus, sorry, I forgot his name for a second. Steph, Lena, like, Steph and Lena. I don't know why. I knew it for a second, and then now I'm fucking it up already. Oh my gosh. But I feel like, honestly, I would have been worse with that. I don't know, bitch. I'm so conflicted because I wanted a better ending, but I also think it was good, but I also missed off. It's just like, I feel like this is a good way to just end the episode there so I don't keep like rambling about how conflicted I am, because I really fucking am. Like, oh my gosh. I don't know what else to say. I feel like, yeah, I honestly feel like this should be the end of the episode, because I'm just gonna keep saying I don't know how to feel, and I feel like I shouldn't do that. So, I think that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for listening. Sorry, it was just me ranting. I mean, I'm gonna try to start doing more episodes of, like, me just ranting, even though I already do that in, like, the episodes about, like, specific episodes of shows. I already do that, but, like, specific ones about specific things, you know, if something ever happens. I might do more ranting episodes, because it's just fun, and I need to let some stuff out, so they might be coming soon. But again, thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys have a great day or a great night, and I'll hopefully see you guys soon.